Hey there everybody, Popontop here. Welcome back to episode number 22 of Fallout New Vegas. Last time, we restored hope. We finished up the quest over there at Camp Forlorn Hope, and we restored hope by taking back over Nelson from the Legion, which worked out pretty well. I mean, we killed people a lot with our shotgun. I'm trying to think about what we're going to do next. Obviously, we actually completed Veronica's quest, so now we have a new little marker over here, the Hidden Valley. This is where the Brotherhood of Steel is at, so we could do them. I think there's a few things that I would like to do first before we go over to the Hidden Valley and start working with the Brotherhood of Steel, because their quest is actually quite long if we do it the long way. So we'll maybe do that next time, if we can get all the stuff that I want to get done today. What I want to do is some stuff that I left behind last time at Camp McCarran. We went to Camp McCarran obviously before, and we did the 3-card bounty quest. We got all the bounties done for Major Daughtry, which allowed the 1st Recon Sniper team to be posted at Camp Forlorn Hope, which helped us out there later on, last episode where we just took that stuff. But for now, we're going to put our shotgun on our back, and we're going to head in here. There's like, we already got the quest here. We got to go to Vault 22, I think, maybe, or 3. There's lots of vaults. No, Vault 22 is in Vegas. Vault 3, where the plants grow thing. Let me see. Let's just double check. It's been a while since I played this game. Just there's sense of grass. Vault 22. I was completely correct. Vault 22. We got to go in there for the scientist guy here to figure out how to grow plants everywhere. And obviously we got the Veronica quest with the Brotherhood, but there's a few more quests here at Camp McCarran, and since we're already helping out the NCR kind of heavily anyway with the whole Camp Forlorn Hope thing, and the Legion's already pissed off at us, we are vilified with the Legion now, which means they will send assassins after us, and those guys are not really fucking fun to fight because they got lots of HP, and they can do lots of damage fairly quickly. We are kind of set up, we're really good. I mean, look, if we look at our statistics here, we are level 15. Which means we're about halfway through the regular game in terms of levels. Just the base game stuff. Obviously I can get to level 50 because I have all the DLC on. I don't have to play the DLC to get to level 50, it just is there. But we're still there. Let's see if our damage resistance. Yeah, damage resistance is 27. That's pretty good. And I can eat a lot of shit before I have to really worry about it too much. So hopefully the Legion Assassin should not be a big deal, because like I know for the most part like places where they like to spawn, and sometimes I'm gonna have to go those places and just like fight them. And it's not going to necessarily be pleasant, but we'll take care of that when we got to take care of that. So, this is most of the time, this is people's first thing they do when they get here to Camp McCarran, is they go to talk to the man in charge here, a general, or not a general, maybe general, something, Corporal Hassau. And he's on the other side here. I always get confused about which it is here. So this is obviously a big airfield, right? This is how you kind of get out to the concourse. This leads you out to where the airplanes are at and stuff. We'll have to do that later. So this is kind of set up real big. There's a lot of walking in here, but that's not a big problem. We got to go talk to a guy over here. Is he over here? Did I miss him? Did I already mess this up somehow? Hello? There's a lot of quests here. There's at least 3 or 4 that I could think of off the top of my head. These guys are out here. I don't think they'll let me go. Will they just let me go? Yeah, they will. No, they won't. They won't. They're pissed off. NCR infamy. I fucked that up. I'm gonna load. I'll be right back. I don't want the NCR pissed off at me. I just pissed the Legion off. I don't need the NCR pissed off too. Like, I could work with that if I had to. But there's a situation later where you can go to that door and they totally don't fucking mind that you do that. But for now, they're like, it's probably not a good idea. Hello. You can open the door here. There's somebody here. Maybe, will she give us a quest? Lieutenant Carrie Boyd.
You stick out like a sore thumb around here. You sure you're in the right place?
Do you need any help?
Yeah, so far this has gone exactly as expected. Poorly. But with the work you've done for NCR already, you might be just what I've been looking for. We captured an honest-to-God Centurion of Caesar's Legion recently.
Is that a big deal?
Better believe it. Everybody in Caesar's Legion from Caesar on down will kill themselves before they can be captured. They're so twitchy they'd probably do it if you reached out to hug them. But here's this guy, who's an elite commander in their army, and he just gives himself up, even as his men are slitting their own throats around him.
What do you think it means?
Well, I don't know about you, but to me that sounds like a man who's willing to cooperate. Except he hasn't. Only times he speaks up are to insult you. He's a real prick, by the way. And I'm supposed to get information out of this guy.
Have you tried calling him hurtful names?
Yes, and one time I thought I saw a tear when I told him his uniform was unflattering. But I think he just got some dust in his eye.
So the other options, why don't you just beat your prisoner senseless? What about a truth drug?
Don't have anything like that. Sounds nice. Like the kind of thing I'd want to take home and use on my husband. But even if we did, I don't know that I'd be comfortable using it. If there's any risk of overdose, it's not worth it. Asshole's too valuable.
Alright, so why don't you just beat your prisoner senseless?
I like the way you think. Have I said that yet? Problem is that the NCR frowns on using that sort of tactic. There are some restrictions still in place from President Tandy's administration. But here's my favorite thing about you. You're not in the NCR. Plus, for all this guy knows, you're completely insane. That's a winning combination.
So, you want me to do what you can't?
I think if you rough him up enough and really put some fear into him, he'll sing like a choir boy. So let's do this. When you're ready, I'll go in and give you a little intro. Then I leave the room and you make him regret the day he was born. We go back and forth a couple times until either he talks or he can't move his jaw anymore. Either way, we've had our entertainment for the day.
Alright, let's get started. We are actually not going to beat the piss out of him. There's a way we could just do this just by talking to this guy. Obviously, it's probably going to require speech text. I think either intelligence or speech will work, but we'll see that when we get in there. Let's just get started. Let's get into it.
That's the spirit. Okay, I'll go in and have a word with him. Then I'll call you in.
So she's going to head in there and be like, my friend's coming and he's not, or she, is not happy to meet you.
Lieutenant, I was just thinking about you.
That's so.
I was just thinking about that pretty neck of yours.
How sweet.
I was thinking about how it would look with a Legion slave collar on it.
I'll pass.
Do you know what I love about our slave collars, Lieutenant?
If you love them, maybe you should try one on.
I love how tightly they fit. I train my men to make sure the slave's flesh bulges a bit around the top and bottom. Know why?
It's all the rage in fashion circles?
Not quite. If you fit it just right, their body never gets used to the feeling of wearing it. It cuts in just enough when they swallow or turn their head to remind them who they belong to. And it's that constant reminder that keeps them docile.
In that case, maybe you'd better save the collar you were gonna give me.
Oh? For whom?
For a friend of mine you're about to meet. My friend isn't very docile.
And who is this friend of yours?
You know all the rules the NCR instituted to protect enemy prisoners of war?
Of course.
My friend doesn't. Oh, and Silas, if you resist at all, I'll personally blow your brains out. Come on in, he's all yours. I'll be back in a bit to see how you're getting along.
So we're going to head in then
I
now.
want you to surrender your weapons before you go in. You can pick them up from the locker on your way out.
So we can't obviously take our weapons in there because we can just shoot him in the fucking face and ruin this whole thing. The interrogation part. I love that line of dialogue though. I do want to point that out. I love when he's like, do you know why I instruct my boys to put the slave collar on? Just so like the fat of the neck kind of rolls over the skin and stuff. And just the way that it explains that is so intricate that it's just like, holy shit, someone like this builds a mental image of a slave with a slave collar on, just constantly having to think about that shit. Oh, I swallow, I think that I'm a slave. I turn my head, I have to think that I'm a slave because it's so tight on their neck. But like not like choking them, obviously, they're not gonna die. But like it's just this perfect little piece of mental imagery. We are gonna give up our guns though and head in here. Come right through here. Hello there, Silas.
What an ugly little worm you are. What pile of excrement did the lieutenant pluck you from, worm?
So with intelligence of 8 or a speech check, I think I will go with intelligence because this is an interesting one. This is a lie. I'm with the Legion. I'm here to kill you before you talk.
You're nothing. You're some inept mercenary the NCR is paying to supplement its own incompetent soldiers.
So with, again, intelligence of 8, we have 3 options here. How naive, Silas. Corruptio optimi pessima. Caesar sees you as a threat now. So, you know, all these things that prove, we speak Latin to prove that we are part of Caesar's legions, because that's obviously a big thing. And then say some other thing. We're going to say, Caesar sees you as a threat now.
No, listen. Caesar's secrets are safe with me. I stayed alive because Caesar would have wanted it. I'm useless to him dead.
So with intelligence of speech, so we could still keep going with this, right? We don't have to punch him one fucking time. You're a danger to him alive. Your knowledge threatens him with an intelligence check.
I've told them nothing. They've gotten nowhere. I'm a Centurion, for Christ's sake. I deserve his trust.
With intelligence again, Caesar's laws are absolute. He does not grant exceptions.
You have to let this go. I'll disappear. No one will ever see me again. That was always the plan in the first place.
So with speech, we could say things. You're about to tell me everything you know, Silas.
Of course. All you had to do was ask. I'll tell you everything I know. Let's see. I know that you're a brainless cretin. I know that you're wasting your time. I know the lieutenant is going to be disappointed in you. And I know that by this time next month, the streets of New Vegas will be decorated with the decaying heads of NCR soldiers. Is there anything else you wanted to know?
So, obviously, we could do that with, intelligence. We messed it up a little bit, right? This is this perfect little form where it's like, you just tell him, and he's like, no, I'm not going to get caught in that. But you got to do it right. Speech. Yes, I want to know how such a big talker got caught so easily.
You must have some reason to be in your line of work. Tell me, what did the Legion do to you? Did we enslave your children? Slaughter your family before your eyes to teach you a lesson? Whatever it was, I hope I was there to give the order.
You must miss giving orders now that all your men are dead.
Foot soldiers of the Legion are trained not to have to think for themselves, to have conflict removed from their minds. They kill themselves to evade capture because they are not trusted to make such a decision rationally in the heat of battle. But I'm no foot soldier. I knew I could escape captivity on my own without revealing the tiniest iota of information to my captors.
Sounds to me like you are too gutless to follow Caesar's orders.
I'll show you gutless, you sniveling bastard. I'll spill your guts all over this room.
Is something the matter, Silas? You look upset. I don't know. I thought she seemed like a nice lady.
Your friend is a miserable fucking degenerate.
That's a long walk, Silas. I don't think it's gonna happen. You'd better just talk.
If we were on the other side of the river, I'd have her torn apart by dogs.
If you don't like dealing with me, I can bring my friend back in.
Your tactics are a joke.
Have it your way. Come on back in. I think he misses you.
We unfortunately never left there. When she comes in, we're supposed to leave. It's a little bug, but we're here. Let's talk to him again.
We don't have anything to discuss, worm.
But we do. I want to know how a coward can attain the rank of Centurion. Or you can sure talk tough for someone who's afraid to die. I'm going to go with the coward route. Legion hates being called a coward. But I want to know how a coward can attain the rank of Centurion.
Coward? I've faced odds that would make your NCR soldiers wet themselves. I've led charges against men with guns, carrying only my knife. And I can tell you, it was they who feared me. But suicide is a weak death on a battlefield. It says to your enemy that you fear capture. It says if you're caught, you can be broken.
And if you can't go through with it, you look even weaker.
You think I'm going to slit my throat for some megalomaniacal self-appointed dictator? I didn't work my way up to have it all be taken from me out of some irrational paranoia. Caesar's losing it. I believe that. He's been shutting himself in his tent. Privately, he complains of headaches. Whatever it is, it's affecting his ability to lead.
So now we just continue listening. He started to tell. He's telling us about Caesar. He's just been having headaches and he's out of his shit a little bit. So let's go.
Time was essential for my mission, but we waited 3 days for him to dispatch us. Another of his headaches. Does that sound like a man in command? He has an operative planted in this very base, but does he use his agent to rescue me? No. He's content to have the agent spend his nights radioing troop positions back to our base camp. He knows I'm here, and he's left me to rot.
So we could say all these things. We could say who's this operative, all this stuff. But I think I've heard all I need. You've been very helpful.
I hope the Legion burns your wretched body at the stake when they conquer this place. Nothing I could tell you would do anything to stop that.
So now we can go out of here because we got the information that we needed. We could talk to Lieutenant Carey Boyd.
You did well. I don't know how you did it without putting a scratch on him, and I'm a little disappointed personally, but it saved the NCR some face. And it could save us more than that when all is said and done. I'm gonna talk to some people when we're through here. This is about double the standard fee we'd give a consultant, but from what I saw, you're more of an artist. So think of this as your commission.
So we got a big bunch of XP for that, and we could we can learn more about Lieutenant Carey Boyd, but we're not going to. We got NCR fame as well. We're just gonna say goodbye for right now. We're gonna go around and do the rest of the quest here. We're now liked by the NCR. Enough news of your good works has been passed around that people like you, which is a big deal. Being liked, it's definitely a threshold for things. There's a little jail in here. Obviously nobody's here, but one thing we did learn is that there's a Legion kind of spy currently in this base. Like this particular base that we're at, there's a Legion spy here, and we also learned that Caesar's a little bit fucked up and that he's not doing super hot just by, you know, calling him a punk ass little bitch. We just called it Silas, dude. This is the big tough badass Centurion for the Legion. We're like, you're kind of a little bitch, and he's like, I'm not a little bitch, you're a little bitch. And we have,
what is it?
Oh, this is Curtis. We'll talk to Curtis here later. He's got important stuff going on. He is part of one of the quests, but we don't really need to talk to him yet. We'll go over here and talk to the person in charge, wherever he's at. I gotta try to remember that. Obviously, we went up and fucked this up a little bit earlier because we went and talked, or went to the doorway that the NCR really doesn't like it if you go to. It's the guy. Yes, here he is. Colonel James Hesse.
We're all impressed with the work you've done for us. Thought you might be able to make use of this. It's a key to a little hideaway south of here. We've used it as a place for rangers to rest and resupply. I thought you might get good use out of it.
So we got the NCR safe house key. We get this from him by becoming liked, but we just became liked, so it just kind of conveniently worked out that way. I'm here to provide support. Is there anything I might be able to help with?
You don't cook by any chance, do you? Farber's doing his best, but it's hard to manage an army with half my staff in line for the latrine. Honestly, we're fighting a lot of fires right now. The fiends keep pressing their position from Vault 3. We've got the Legion breathing down our necks across the river. We actually took an officer alive last week, but so far he hasn't spoken a word.
I just made him speak. Any other problems?
Yeah. On top of everything else, I can't send a patrol on a bathroom break without it being ambushed by someone who heard they were coming. So somebody's getting the word out.
You seem calm given how bad things are here.
Calm is what you have to be when people look to you. And it's all you can be when things are out of your hands.
So who are the fiends? I know who the fiends are, but let's see what his description for it. You know, obviously the big drugged out motherfuckers that we stole Violetta's brain from. We killed Violet, and Violetta, her dog, and the rest of her dogs, Cook, and so on and so forth. But who are these fiends?
As in chem fiends. Biggest gang of raiders I've ever seen. Nothing like addiction to swell your numbers. Psychotic and completely unpredictable. They set up shop in Vault 3 to the west. Every day they attack our positions and my men repel them. But every day there's more of them and less of us. I sent one of my rangers after their leader to try and destabilize them. He didn't return. Hell of a thing, losing a ranger. You come to depend on them. And they come through for you so often, you forget it can happen.
I'll go to Vault 3 and see if I can find your ranger.
That vault is a hornet's nest. If you have second thoughts, no one would think less of you for it. But if you can get him home, it'd mean a lot. Watch for civilians, too. The fiends have been kidnapping locals. They just walk right into people's homes in the middle of the day and take them. But the man you're looking for is Bryce Anders. Anders was trying to find the leader, Motor Runner. You hear something like a chainsaw? You found Motor Runner. Put a bullet in his head, and you'll have some new friends around here.
Okay, so the fiends are really nasty people, kidnapped a ranger. We gotta go save the ranger, and preferably put a bullet in Motor Runner, who is a chainsaw-wielding crazy motherfucking fiend. So I could see into who's looking NCR intelligence as well. I could do that.
Well, why not? Given your recent arrival, at least I can safely rule you out as the leak. I'd like to have absolute trust in my men, but that's just not practical right now. Go ahead and look into it. See what you find. We don't have much to go on right now. Lately, every raiding party in New Vegas seems to have a map of our troop movements. It derails everything. Supplies, reinforcements. and it'll only get worse the longer we let it go on. Captain Curtis is heading up the investigation right now. He can fill you in.
Alright, so we have to talk to Captain Curtis. What else? Is there anything else here? I put a spell on you, that's that quest. We'll get to that. Is there any other quest? Maybe we could push them a little bit. How are things going around for the NCR around here?
Could be better, I'll say that much. We set up here with our sights set on annexing New Vegas. That's a lot of resources that could do a lot of good for us. But that hasn't happened. If anything, they annexed us. They rake in the profits from our soldiers, and we're stuck protecting them from the Legion. Not exactly the plan.
Where does that leave you?
Now we're trying to secure the strip and the dam at the same time, and it's costing us. And in the meantime, General Oliver won't approve any offensive maneuvers, because he doesn't want to risk losing our positions. So we're in a holding pattern here. And Caesar's on the other side of the river, planning.
Alright. So, I think we're just going to say goodbye for right now. We have a couple of quests from him.
What I can do for you?
Not at the moment, Jesus. So if we take a look real quick here at our quest, I put a spell on you, obviously. There's not a marked quest for Vault 3, but we will do that probably pretty soon. But let's go speak to Captain Curtis. And then probably talk to the lieutenant again. We'll see, though. We got lots of stuff to do here. Like I said, there's at least 3 or 4 more quests here, and we've only got one done by interrogating the prisoner.
Nice to meet you. I'm Curtis.
Colonel Jesus wants me to help you look into the recent intelligence leaks.
Smart man. I could use somebody who can operate under the radar around here. Whoever our mole is, he's been slippery. Whenever one of the MPs gets too close, he changes his habits. Our last lead went cold weeks ago.
Where should I start?
You want my advice? Start by talking to people with a lot of eyes in the field. People like Lieutenant Boyd, or Sergeant Contreras, maybe. Careful with Contreras, though. He's not above suspicion himself. Keep me apprised of any leads you get. This guy's gotten a lot of my men killed. I'm just itching to return the favor.
So, goodbye. I'll go talk to those people. There's 2 people. Contreras and Lieutenant Boyd. We talk to them, be like, hey, do you know anything about who might be leaking intelligence? Obviously, it's a big deal to this Curtis guy on finding out who did it, because he wants to put a bullet in him, right? Just like fuck him up. There's the prison again, so is Boyd in here? Hey, nope, Boyd is not in here with this guy anymore, with Silas. Silas gave up the information. He's pretty much used up all of his usefulness. He's just going to sit there and rot in prison. I think Boyd will be heading up over here then. Generally, that's where she goes, but that's not guaranteed. We have to talk to her about a few things. There's something to do with Contreras that she wants us to look into as well. I don't even know if we can yet, but here's Boyd. Let's talk to her about the things that we have to talk to now.
You're back.
I am back. Have you noticed anything suspicious lately?
Now, what kind of MP would I be if I didn't notice anything suspicious? I've had soldiers go AWOL, break-ins, thefts, you name it.
You said there have been thefts?
Not the kind of things you like to see go missing. No witnesses yet. I've got my money on Sergeant Contreras, who's supposed to be in charge of distribution, the little weasel. But he's too slick to let anyone catch him doing it. We've searched his possessions a dozen times. Nothing.
I'll keep an eye out for your missing supplies.
Good. The more guns you can recover, the more I'll be able to use to shoot Contreras for being inept.
Who's missing?
Well, there's Anders. He's a ranger. That one's not suspicious so much as worrisome. He left on a dangerous assignment. Colonel Shu sent him out. Now I think he feels guilty not having any way to check up on him.
What else can you tell me about Anders? I mean, we already know about he went in Vault 3, so I think that's pretty much it. Anyone else missing?
Yeah. The man I'm more interested in is Corporal White. White had a lot of promise. Wanted to be a ranger as bad as anyone I've seen. But he also had some extracurricular activities going. Now he's gone.
I'll see what I can find out about Corporal White for you.
Word around the base is he'd been going regularly to visit a hooker named Dazzle at Gamora. That's a casino on the Strip. Classy place. His belongings are up in the barracks in the concourse building. First bunk on your left if you're facing it from the center. I haven't had a chance to look through his things yet, so that might be a good place to begin.
Alright, what about the break-ins?
Maybe break-in isn't the right word. We didn't find signs of forced entry, but I've had reports of someone sneaking into the control tower at night. It's probably just a meeting spot for a steamy military base love affair. Kids today. But it bothers me that they didn't break in. It means they have an access code. Most soldiers around the base don't have that.
Would you be willing to give me the control tower access key so I can check it out?
Sure, if you want to investigate. It's not like there's anything to steal up there. Just a bunch of old communications equipment. If you can find out any more, I'd be interested to hear it. There's something about this I really don't like. And if I weren't tied up here, I'd be staking it out personally.
Alright, so we're going to go for now. Thank you, Lieutenant Boyd, for all the things that you have provided me in terms of information. So we learned, we got a lot of quests there. There's a missing person besides Anders. Anders obviously in Vault 3 with all the fiends. But there's also another missing person at Corporal White. So we're going to find his information here real quick. All the personal effects that he left behind. There is also somebody sneaking in to the control tower in the night. And she thinks it's probably just kids having sex and doing sexy things and stuff. But they have to have an access key, so they're like a high-level operative. And she told me I can have a key code because there's nothing in there besides communications equipment. Sue is saying, well, somebody's leaking all of our information, so who would maybe use it? Like the communications equipment up there in the control tower? I don't know, maybe the person who's being the rat, the thief. One of these is, this is White's locker is in here somewhere. I forget which one it is. First one on the left, but that's not, I don't know if that's exactly accurate. If you're facing the center, I don't know what that means. So there's one of these lockers in here, so we'll find this real quick. And then we got to go talk to Contreras, or we don't even have to talk to Contreras. You have to prove that Contreras is the one smuggling guns out. First one on your left, maybe this one right here. Corporal White. Corporal White's locker. We can open this. It's not considered stealing because it is Corporal White's journal. We can read that now. So let's go to MISC here. Corporal White's journal. I pulled the log from the East Pump Station computer for the last week. Looking back over the several parts past week, the time is roughly consistent. There's definitely something going on. Water shouldn't be going all over the west side, and yet here the log says otherwise. I know I'm onto something. West side, all this information about the water logs. So he was checking out water. We'll get to that though. We're not doing that quest right away. Like I said, we got lots of stuff to do here. Talked to Dazzle about missing Corporal White. We also looked in his journal, so he was investigating water. We'll talk to Dazzle, the hooker, who works at the Gamora Casino, who you already cleared out of completely of money. And we'll talk to her shortly about that when we get to the Whitewash quest. We might have to do that later. We'll see. But first and foremost, Contreras. Contreras is kind of like the weapons guy for the NCR here at this base. But weapons have been going missing, and they haven't been able to come up with any proof that Contreras did it. Contreras, like, hey, yo, this is Contreras here. We can talk to him. He'll sell you stuff, right? Hello, Contreras.
You look like someone in need of a reliable supplier.
Got anything for sale?
Take your pick.
So we got lots of stuff here, just some regular guns, some assault carbines, grenade launcher, missile launcher, sniper rifle. Not like the shittiest shit in the game by any means, nothing like that at all. But and some reinforced combat armor Mark II, really good, decent combat armor. If you look at mine right here, I have regularly reinforced, damage chest hold of 17. This is 20, and it's like a half condition. So maybe like a full condition, it'd be like even higher than that. Doctor's bags, super stim packs, probably like regular stim packs, all kinds of stuff he's got here. He's got a star bottle cap. We want to buy that because it is a star bottle cap. We don't really have enough money to buy anything super useful from him.
Give me a shout if you need anything else.
We'll say goodbye for right now because we're just gonna go catch Contreras in it. We're gonna go up here, up these little stairs here. He lives out here. He lives in this little shack out here. And Contreras, as we will see here in a second, has this little terminal here. Oh, it's locked average, but that's fine because if we look real quickly at our science skill, we have 75. So we only need 50 even for average. So this isn't bad at all. It's considered stealing, so we got to be really careful about this. So we got to get in here. I fucking hate passwords. It shouldn't be too bad though. Surviving. Oh, that was really easy. I fucking hate those things. I love it when it does that. 40 XP for that. Nice and easy. Login, enter password now. Download weapons manifest. Look at all the weapons. Processing weapons manifest. 50 hunting rifles, 28 in use, 10 in repair, 8 in storage. And if you count those numbers up, that's 46. So 4 hunting rifles are missing. 50 assault rifles, 25 of them in use. 6 are in repair. That's 31. And then 12 or more are in storage. That would equivalent to 31 plus 12, 43. So there's 7 assault rifles missing, right? There's guns that aren't missing. So on and so forth. Increase gunrunners, weapon shipment, and modify manifest to make these numbers match the earlier totals. Boyd is getting too suspicious. It's really suspicious that you're worried about people being suspicious. So we have all that information now. We've lost karma because, of course, we were considered stealing for that, even though, you know, that's probably not really what I would consider stealing. Like, you know, because it's just like I was told to investigate this thing and I'm investigating it. So we got to go back to Lieutenant Boyd with that information. Tell her, hey, We know that Contreras did it. We just hacked his computer. We figured it out. That's what science skills for. That's what the game's taught me to do so far to this point. I should equip a gun. I do not have a gun equipped just in case. And I like just seeing this hunting shotgun on my back. I've been very happy ever since I got this gun, man, because I just love this motherfucking thing. It's just so good. Oh, yes. I love shotguns, though, dude. It just is a thing. So we're going to head back now. If I remember how to head, like, this way? This way? Hello? This way. This way. We'll head back this way. This is a really big place. It is supposed to be big. I described it somewhat when I was working with the boomers, and they're at Nellis Air Force Base. This is another kind of like, this is not the Air Force, this is just an airport. But that's a big fucking location. These big giant planes had to come land here, so of course it's going to be a big location. It's supposed to accommodate thousands and thousands of people at the same time. And it creates a lot of walking, but I do think it adds some atmosphere. And it's kind of cool to be like, oh yeah, that's the kind of base that the NCR would choose. What is our quest that's currently marked that's making us go the wrong direction? I put a spell on you. Okay, so we'll do that later. We got to check out who's been using the control tower at night. But first we could talk to Lieutenant Boyd here.
You're back.
And I could tell you I have proof that Sergeant Contreras is involved in criminal activity.
That may be the worst kept secret on the base. I'd be more surprised if you had proof he wasn't involved in criminal activity. But if you have proof, you're the envy of every MP stationed here. What'd you find?
I hacked into his computer and found evidence that he's selling NCR guns.
Little bastard. I'm sure some of those find their way into the hands of our enemies, too. Alright, thanks for telling me. I'm gonna have him rounded up. Pretty impressive work there. Wish I could keep you around. But for helping me nail this guy, I think you should have a little keepsake. Here. It's not contraband, but I confiscated it from Contreras last week because he was being smarmy and I was sick of his bullshit.
So we got a bunch of NCR fame for that, and we get this machine, which is probably one of the best guns in the game. Thank you, Lieutenant Boyd. And the game will be accurate here. Well, let's first and foremost take a look at this machine. This machine, if we see here, we have a hunting rifle right now. This machine is somewhat of a hunting rifle type weapon. It's a battle rifle. It's like a Garand, like a World War II Garand, right? You see there, got a top fed loaded clip, 8 rounds. This nice, sexy looking wooden gun. We can't really see it too well in here, but it is here. If you remember, there's like a little prison section of this base, right? And Contreras got caught. This is Contreras' gun. We got Contreras' gun, and we can just walk right up in here with it. And guess who's in prison right now? Contreras. Hello, Contreras. If you get a ticket, sometimes you can talk to him.
So you're back.
You can talk to him. Still got anything for sale. He has nothing on him. 2 caps. That's it. 2 caps that I gave him. But other than that, he's stuck in jail for the rest of his motherfucking life because he was selling the NCR weapons behind their backs. So fuck that guy. And now we have to go ahead and do the next thing we were here to do. And that is go check out the quest that it's actually marked. I put a spell on you. Investigate the late night break-ins at the Camp McCarran lower control tower. So we'll head and do that. Correctly, that is through here, through this little like garage door gate. So is some of this ammo allowed for me to take? No, this is stealing. Foot Locker stealing. You think I really give a shit though? I could probably sneak and get it, but I'm trying to steal less, keep my karma decent. So this is garage door to Camp McCarran. I think this leads out to where I wanted to go, if I remember correctly. I'm liked by you NCR guys now. You should like hook me up with some shit. Okay? I mean, they did hook me up with this machine, though. This gun is amazing. Yeah, so we're out here. The control tower is right over there, so we're going to be taking a little walk over there. Now that we're out in the open in the sun, we can kind of take a better look at this machine. It does 55 damage with a DPS of 140. That's better than that gun. Much better than that gun. It's probably even better than my hunting shotgun. 144 DPS, yeah. So it's not as good as my hunting shotgun, and it's about equivalent. And this can't get any better because you can't put attachments on unique weapons. But in terms of a long-range rifle, it's got the nice iron sights, the M1 Garand iron sights. There's a tiny little dot where you can just go boop and then boop some people in the face. Longer range style, more of a sniper type weapon, or like a medium range weapon. It's really not good for long range sniping. That's going to be what my anti-material rifle's for once I get that fully pimped out with my gun skill. So we can get right up in here and go up in here, no problem. This is the control tower. Use lock, use key. Locked very easy. We can just use key. Get right up in here. We can look up in here. There's just a terminal here. We can't plant a bug here or nothing. We can talk on the radio. Nothing. Nothing's here. Blah, 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 blah. We have to wait till nighttime. I believe it's like 1 in the morning. But sometimes this gets a little sketchy. It doesn't work. So we'll have to see how this goes. I'm going to have to try this a few times. Veronica, you gotta come over here. I don't think this guy will show up if somebody's standing there. So it's 4 in the afternoon. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we'll do 8 hours because that'll be midnight. I did count on my fingers that I want to be right. Like, I don't want to fuck this up because I've already done this multiple times in the previous playthroughs where I was just like, oh, this is really annoying because it just doesn't count it as right. Alright, so we'll head up in here and see if whoever's sneaking in here at night is here yet. If they're not, we can wait another hour, do things, right? We would hear them by now. They'd be talking on the radio, though. So nobody's here yet. We can open the door back up to Camp McCarran. Not see anybody, but go out here. Maybe wait another hour or so. Hey, Veronica, you want to come over here? Come here, Veronica. Like, closer, over here. Come here. Alright, I'm going to wait one more hour and see if that's closer, like at 1 in the morning. Let's go back to hidden. Like I said, this could be a little sketchy, so I might have to cut some of this out until I finally do catch him. It's kind of a trial and error thing. It's a little bit buggy. Nope.
Frumentarius Picus, over.
Go ahead, Picus.
Afternoon patrol enters Fiend territory at 1300. Have them mind that stretch.
10-4, Picus. Fiends will be alerted.
Roger, Lupa.
What's the status of your primary mission, Picus?
Charges are set. Detonation will occur as the train leaves the station. Over.
How long?
So, the important thing that we heard there is the train is going to boom. Whoever the fucking spy is, it's Curtis, by the way. The guy who is like supposed to be in charge of finding the spy, of course is the spy, because no one can find the spy, because Curtis is the motherfucking spy. And he acts real good. He doesn't seem like he's a Legion guy at all, but he is fucking Legion. And he is not a good dude, because he put bombs on the train. And the train, the monorail train, is how people from the NCR get into New Vegas. They don't go through the main gate. They don't have to go through Freeside. They don't have to deal with anything like that. They take the train around and just come right in to the monorail. So, because we heard that, you can immediately shoot that guy and be like, fuck that guy. Fuck Curtis, you fucking traitor piece of shit. As you see, our quest here says find and defuse the bomb on the camera before it leaves the terminal. So, we have to get here fast. I believe it's out this door. They were pissed off at us for going earlier, but now we can go through the door. Nobody has no problems with it. We'll go in here, right out through the door. Just don't even fuck with Curtis yet. We already got Curtis in jail, but don't fuck with Curtis yet. We're gonna go get the bomb, because if you kill Curtis, the bomb will go off. The train will be fucked, and you will not complete this quest optimally. So we go head right here on the monorail train. We check out this vent right here. Activate vent. Explosives of 35 or higher, or science of 45 or higher required. Explosive science defuse the charge. You successfully extracted and defused the bomb. Done. Report to Colonel Hasu. So we can report that Curtis is the traitor. We could go kill him now, and that's totally fine. He should die. So maybe we do that. Maybe we should go kill him first? Because he's probably still up there. Maybe he's not. We know that Curtis is the traitor, though. You can't really see that, but, like, you can get a little closer and see that. This is Boyd here. Hello, Boyd. I'm just going to chop right down here because Sue is down here. Didn't even take fall damage or nothing. And let's just report him, right? We don't have to shoot nobody if we don't have to, though. Hello, Colonel James Hugh. I know who the traitor is.
Look who it is. I haven't had the privilege, but I'm told you've been an angel on our shoulder. What can we do for you at Camp McCarran?
I have been very good at the NCR. You won't be having those problems with... No, I didn't kill him, though. Well, you won't be having problems with intelligence leaks anymore.
No? What happened?
It was Curtis. He's in the Legion. I can prove he tried to blow up the monorail.
Curtis? He's been in the NCR long before our conflict with the Legion. There's just no way. I hope you're mistaken, but somehow I don't think so. It'd explain a lot. This is much worse than anyone expected. There could be others, too. You've done everything that was asked of you. You have my personal thanks for this. And I'll make sure you receive the credit you deserve. I'll have Curtis taken into custody. If he lets himself be taken alive, that is.
Alright, so we can actually go to jail, be treated like a human being, and go to jail even if you're a traitorous piece of shit. You just don't get shot in the head. You still get to go to jail. We have more quests to complete, but I think that's going to be pretty much this episode. We got like a big chunk of XP there, 250 caps, which is really not that much if you think about it in the grand scheme of things. It's like, oh man, I would like more caps than that. But 600 XP is a big chunk of XP. That's really good. That's the best way, the optimal way to do that quest. NCR is really digging our shit, and we kind of fucked the Legion up with that one. If we take a look here at our quest, we don't really have anything marked besides the Whitewash. We have to talk to Dazzle in Gomorrah Casino. She's a hooker there who Corporal White liked to frequent. We also have to go to Vault 3. There's reasonings to go to Vault 3 later, but we can do it sooner rather than later if we want to. But that'll be next time. We'll do the Whitewash probably and visit one Corporal White. very much is a possibility. Or we'll do the Whitewash, which is Corporal White, and we'll also try to go to Vault 3 and save Ranger Anders out of there. So many fucking names, I'm not good with names. I apologize. But we'll try to do all that next time. We did help out the NCR greatly here. We interrogated a prisoner. We found the guy who was selling guns behind their back. And we found the trader that was trading, was a member of the Legion. Like, that's deep shit. And it was people, Major, I think, or somebody in a position of power, right? Like, not the highest ranking person, but like a person of higher rank. So we've been helping out a lot here. So I think we'll take care of that more next time. We got this machine. It's a badass little rifle. We'll be using it more here in the future. Obviously, the hunting shotgun is still going to be a thing for a while. Hopefully, you guys have enjoyed the video, though. If you have, I greatly appreciate it if you would like rating down below. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe so you can check out more videos from me. And pretty much other than that, you guys have a good rest of your day or whatever time it be. And I'll see you in the next episode.